So as far as what we're doing on the ground and creating that example, we have four flagship events that we did this year, and well, two of them are done, and the third one's almost done, and we have one more to do this year. The first is we can go to the next slide. Um, Salvemos la playa, and this is an important event in general. It's been going for since the early 2000s. People from all over Tijuana and organize like 60 or 70 different organizations, small businesses, individuals, thousands of people get together twice a year and clean the beaches, clean the canyons, and do environmental workshops. And they always look to Friends of International Friendship Park to do something cross-border. And so we've been doing that since 2007 when we inaugurated our cross-border garden inside of Friendship Park. And so that was actually during a Salvemos la Playa event. And then the other pictures are here are from this year's campaign, the Salvemos la Playa campaign in March. And actually, I say February, March because there was a workshop leading up to it as well, which that's why I call them the flagship events. For every event, we have leading up events, community activities. The community proposes activities to us on a regular basis that they want to do at the park. And so we for every event, there's events that come from the event and that lead up to the event. So we have activity all year long. You can go to the next one now. And the next big flagship event was the anniversary, and this is the biggest event that we do every year. And so it was a huge festival with music and poetry and art. There were 27 different community organizations, and the way we um, the way we did it was in order to get the community involved was and kind of um, develop ownership over the space for the community was we put out a call for community organizations to so-called sponsor the event, and the sponsorship wasn't with money, but with participation. So every organization that had a stand at the event itself did a previous activity at the park, either helping with the garden or doing a cultural activity or an artistic activity. And so by the time we had this happen, we did this all year. And so by the time we had the anniversary in August, the park was looking at better than it had all year. So you can go to the next one if you like. And yeah, there's just a sample of the some of the organizations that were involved. And this is a sample of one of the activities that one of the organizations did. Ana Lucia, who has been a volunteer with Friendship Park since International Friendship Park since I think 2010. So she's a veteran volunteer, and she has branched off to start her own organization, doing hikes, nature hikes with indigenous Kumeyaay. And she and a designer got together and actually made a sign for our garden. And we inaugurated the sign during the anniversary. Another example, Promotoras de las Bellas Artes. This is a picture of that at the end of that workshop that I mentioned that led up to the Salvemos la Playa. There's a nearby eco park right around in the canyon right next to Friendship Park. And Promotoras de las Bellas Artes, along with Proyecto Fronterizo de Educación Ambiental, a local enviro in Playas, who's a longtime partner with us, and also the group that started Salvemos la Playa and Friendship Park all partnered to do this workshop on native plants and the restoration of the canyon and the restoration of Friendship Park. You can go to the next one. And Cultivaya is another example. They're also veterans working in the garden, and it was thanks to them that we created an additional project to the garden. The garden was started in 2007, as I mentioned, and it was expanded to include community food beds. It was at first just native plants, and then became a community food project 10 years ago. And Cultiva Ya has led that effort. And we just had our anniversary this year of we call it Realimenta Comunidad, the food bed project. And so this is a picture of Ricardo Arana, who's the co-director of Cultiva Ya, giving a workshop on how to grow your own food inside our food bed, our food beds at Friendship Park. And Border Church, of course, is the most consistent um, community that comes to Friendship Park. They're there every single Sunday for the last 13 or 14 years, I want to say. And of course, they have a very important history with the Friends of International Friendship Park because it was John that started the Friends of International, started Border Church, and we got behind his effort to originally, in order to try and stop the walls from coming in, he committed himself to serving communion across the wall until they physically stopped him, and that was kind of how the Friends of International Friendship Park became a community coalition. So that was quite a long. That was 2007, I believe, 2008, and so Border Church is still going, and they're still a strong part of the community. And Tijuana River Action Month is ending this Sunday. It consists of organizations on both sides of the border doing restoration projects, um, doing panels, cleanups, and we, the Friends of International Friendship Park, are co-organizing the closing event, which is coming this coming Sunday at the Tijuana Estuary. And I'm really excited because a Kumeyaay elder that we have been working with on this side of the border will be joining the effort, along with a Kumeyaay elder from Valley Center in Escondido, and it will be a Kumeyaay themed event. There'll be art and singing and nature walks and native plant workshops and a general appreciation for all of the volunteers that participated in Tijuana River Action Month. There were over 100 different organizations, and there'll be tables for several of them at the event as well. And then finally, our last event this year is Dia de Muertos, and we will have a community altar on the Mexican side, as well as an altar at our satellite garden at the Tijuana River Valley Community Gardens on the US side. And several organizations have already signed up to be part of the community altar, and it will be decorated artistically by all the different organizations involved. And we will also be doing some reforestation that day with the communities on the 28th, 29th, and 1st and 2nd to create what we've been doing all year, which is kind of a